I'm joined now by the communication director for the Republican and Democratic National Parties, Doug Heye, and Brad Woodhouse. Brad, let me begin with you.
Sure.
Joe Sestak, the congressman from Pennsylvania running for the Senate seat, just was on with me, and he kept pointing out how bad things were during the Bush years. Is Bush still this fundraising tool, this get out the vote tool? Is he still good for Democrats?
Well, look, the real issue here, Contessa, is that you have to draw contrasts in an election, and Republicans, whether it's Pete Setchin or John Boehner or Michael Steele, have basically said they want to do, if they got in control, they want to do what they were doing when Bush was in charge. So until they offer some fresh ideas, drawing those contrasts to the Bush years is appropriate. And yes, it does drive fundraising. It does drive get out the vote. Also, I think it'll scare the hell out of the American people.
Doug, how would you respond to that? I mean, is Bush still the guy that nobody wants around campaigning for them because of how low his approval ratings were?
No, not at all. And, you know, to some extent, I would agree with at least Brad's last sentence without using that language. The voters are scared, and they're scared of what they've seen from the past year and a half. That's why we also see a lot of Democrats who are scared to be with Barack Obama. You mentioned Bill White earlier. Last week, my home state, Brad's home state of North Carolina, Elaine Marshall was on a radio interview and declined to say whether or not she'd have Barack Obama campaign for him, and then later had to go and do a 180 and say, well, of course Doug, I'd want the president to come.
If Republicans have such an easy time ahead of them, if people are so afraid of President Obama and of the Democrats, then why are the Republicans having such a tough time raising money? I mean, Democrats are outraising you. According to OpenSecrets.org, Democrats have $584.8 million, Republicans $5.5 million.
Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, you know, for us. It's not easy for Democrats when you're campaigning. The Washington Post 2 weeks ago said, I can only speak for our organization, that we're in a stronger financial position than the DNC right now when you factor in debt. Look, the Democrats have a structural advantage. They've got the best fundraiser in history in Barack Obama. They control the House. They control the Senate. So they should be in a strong situation financially.
Brad, you look skeptical.
We've outraised them 9 different months, and we see that Democrats would rather have Michelle Obama campaign for them than Barack Obama. And frankly, I'd agree with them.
Brad?
Well, look. First of all, Contessa, let me go back to what Doug said. Doug said that people would welcome Bush in to campaign with them. Look, we would welcome Bush. I would love to see Bush go campaign with Republicans. I don't think he's campaigned with a single Republican this election cycle, by the way. But yes, I think you're absolutely right. If you just look at the landscape in the House, the DCCC, the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, has twice as much money.
I've got 15 seconds, Brad. I want to ask you about that enthusiasm gap. Then, how do you change that? Because it looks like Republicans are winning there.
Well, I'll tell you this. Just watch the president on the campaign trail this month and going into the fall. We're going to draw some very sharp contrasts.
Yeah.
Democrats moving America forward. Republicans, they want to take us back.
Hey, guys, given that you're both from North Carolina, you must be good buddies. I appreciate that you've spent some time with me on this Monday. Thank you.
Just remember, the president said there were time for campaigning and time for governing.
Are you really getting in the last word there, Doug?
Let's watch him campaign.
All right, you guys.
I'm sorry?
Have a good day. That wraps up this hour for me. I'm Contessa Brewer. Thank you.